Sick.
Welcome
pleasure.
back to the Charles Eoghan Experience again. Here we are. Experience. Like and subscribe, everyone.
Fuck, that was good. I forgot.
You're doing a good job, guys. We're getting there. I might even just turn this camera very slightly.
Do it. Fuck them.
Yeah, there we go.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, guys, remember, like and subscribe. YouTube, Spotify, top left-hand corner of Spotify. You guys are doing a great job. Well done.
Well done.
How are you, Owen Flanagan? Training.
I'm really well, thanks. We trained hard.
Good jits.
I mean, as in we trained hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, good jits as well.
Weights and jits, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you working on? Same. Passing.
In jits, I'm working the choy bars from the bottom.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, real enjoyment on those.
I know that.
I feel like I'm getting real snappy with them. The only thing is when cunts are sweaty, when people moisturize their arms in the morning, there's something fucking wrong with them.
Yeah, you think
Yeah.
so? There's something.
Something fucking wrong with you if you moisturize like your forearms and triceps in the morning. Because I'm going for my choy bars, and some people who are shit are just slipping out like an eel.
So what do you need to adjust? Is there any adjustment? No, they're just slippery.
Just more of a setup, I guess. But yeah, it's just like I have the correct mechanics, but I'm just not going hard enough to get the crank in time before they wriggle out with their slipperiness.
I'm trying to pass you. I'm trying to get the details of the passing that we talked about last podcast, and you're just armbarring me to hell.
You did it wrong. Yeah. Some of it you're doing the J point though.
Yeah.
That's when you're getting caught though, the J point.
Because I'm leaving my arm out there. What am I
because
doing?
you're leaving. You're doing this.
Yeah, I'm leaving a gap.
Yeah, you're leaving a gap, and you're not really monitoring my other leg properly. I think that's it. And yeah, you should threaten knee on belly a bit more. But every time you
like throw by the leg, then go for the knee on belly.
Yeah, go for knee because I'm giving you the knee on belly most of the time. I'm not really keeping my bottom knee in tight.
Right.
I'm only keeping it tight enough that you push it and push with your elbow wide. Whereas you should just keep your elbow tight and run towards the legs.
Got it. That's a key detail. If you're passing, if you clear the knee line, get the knee onto the belly quick.
Well, not all the time though.
No.
Because if they're framing with their hands, you put your knee on the belly, then you're gonna get armbarred. You're gonna get heel hooked.
Yeah.
But if they're not framing, you go knee on belly, then that's good. But because I'm not framing often, I'm more most of the time pulling with my hands. Yeah.
Got it.
So that's why. Just when you're north south, got to just be comfortable ripping away.
Ripping away.
Yeah, just ripping away quickly, like the slippery guy was doing today. But he was fucking moisturized. Like
he was
so moisturized. My next round, I feel bad for Taylor because I was like, normally I wear spats and shit, but today I was just in my skin. And last count was so greasy and like I was just covered in his grease, like a fucking chip or something.
Fucking
nice guy though.
You got a match coming up?
Yeah, got a match coming up with Unter Colvin.
Yeah.
Unter.
You excited for that?
Yeah, looking forward to it. My training's been excellent. This camp, if you will.
Oh.
Would I call it a camp? Not at all. I just live near the gym.
Camping near the gym.
Camping near the gym.
Set up tent.
Yeah.
What do you change? We spoke about this last ADCC.
Yeah,
Let's remind the fans
like,
what you change leading up into
I just go
comp.
for, like, when I'm, let's say a month out from a comp and I'm starting to be like, okay, like, it's time. Then I'll start training. Slowly peaking towards, like, always having pretty hard competitive rounds. Like, I don't like to compete. If I'm working on something, I'll fuck around with people and stuff. But if it's competition time, it's just like, I'm sorry, I've got to be a cunt robot and just try and sub as many times as possible.
That's it. You just get as many subs as you can.
Yeah, and don't choose the subs. Just
whatever you get, bang.
Just got to take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
bit more aggressive.
Yeah. Can't be picky as well. You got to just, and also if you chase a sub and someone's like half out, you can't just give up on it. You've got to actually chase it to the very conclusion.
Bit around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you got to just get the subs because it's a sub only show, right? So I'm just trying to get subs. That's it.
Yeah.
Just got to hunt the subs.
Well, there we go.
Pace myself well. Sometimes not though. Sometimes just go as hard as I can until I'm out of breath.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you dial it back.
If I'm out, no, but it depends who I'm. Not really. That's the whole point. Is once you get out of breath to keep the pace. Yeah.
Keep the pace. Tire them out.
Yeah. Even if let's say because you can only tire people out one round at a time. Correct. Like I'm not gonna pick some poor cunt and have like a double round with him because at the end of it they're just like
they'll be fucked.
They're just flopping around. Yeah. So I've got to tire myself out, trying to tire everyone else out one by one.
There we go. Let's get to some quests.
Fuck, I didn't even check the quests.
Did you do the box?
I did do the box. I love a bit. Anyway,
you go first.
All right then. So I shall. Your story. thought that was a big mosquito. Right. Who's your wrestling coach? Fuck, let's start with that. His name's Andre Tauchi at Bigfoot PT on Instagram. Honestly, the best wrestling coach. Hey, I don't want to say that because that's kind of rude, but he's a very good wrestling coach, and I recommend you buy some private lessons off him or just.
Where's the best shoot fighters?
He teaches a bit of shoot fighters, but he teaches at MMA Den in Battersea mostly now. And he teaches somewhere else in the east as well, like Grappler's Den or something like that.
We'll put his link up on the show notes.
Yeah, definitely buy some private lessons off that guy because
he's fucking good.
Yeah, what a fucking gem. What a man. And great analogies as well. Anything to do with cooking is his analogy. He is like a part-time chef, yeah, but you are the ingredients. You are a limp noodle getting overcooked.
There we go.
Cool. You got a question?
Yeah, I got fucking plenty.
Sick, man. It's quite popular.
Let's get them. We're on a bit of time constraint today, so we'll smash them out. Feel weights are weakening me during rolls, usually later in the day. Injury risk. Thoughts? The weights should be helping you get stronger for rolling, not weakening. Perhaps do the jiu-jitsu first and the weights later in the day. Remember, if you're doing weights at the start of the day, the weight's going to be very hard to do. You should be pushing yourself in the weight room. So by the time you get to jiu-jitsu, you'll be pretty fucking sore. So I would also question your refueling strategies. What does your hydration look like? What does your nutrition look like around the next training session? And also how much weights are you doing? I would need to know what you're doing in the weight room, the frequency. Ideally, weights is there to make you stronger in the jiu-jitsu room. You could do them if you're going to do weights and jiu-jitsu on the same day or weights before jiu-jitsu. You should have at least a 2 to 3 hour gap between that session so you can adequately refuel and hydrate. How you're refueling, people forget about the carbs. They just go, I'll just get the protein in, but you have to have the carbohydrates. So that's looking like a shake with some fruits or some carb powder. And then if you're going to do things properly, then an hour later you need to have more carbohydrates, 30 to 90 grams with more protein. Then another hour after that you need to have 30 to 90 grams of carbohydrates with a little bit more protein if you're going to do things. So you basically just need to be constantly eating.
Do a good warm up after weights as well.
Yes.
That's when I'm training in the evening after the weights. Normally I'll start very slowly because it's like
you'll be sore.
Yeah, not just the muscle sore, but also like if you feel like you overdid anything, then you got to find out for your easy rolls first before you start going hard.
Yeah,
like things that might be just a little bit annoyed that you've got to avoid whilst you're rolling. Yeah,
that's true. What's the gappage that we have? So we do finish weights usually about 3:34. You train again at 6. So that's like
normally we're out of here at 5.
Yeah, but that's podcast. Like we're stopping weights like 4.
Oh okay, yeah. So 4, and then 6 p.m. start, and then 7. More before, like 10 to 7 start rolling. And I'll take it easy in the first session. Usually I always do a round with Sylvie obviously, but he knows how to take it easy for the first couple minutes of the round. We take it easy anyway.
You start ramping it up.
Then we start ramping it up, but I'll always start very slowly after weights.
Yes.
And I'll just be like feeling myself out, not moving too quickly as well.
It's key detail.
Same if you're hungover. Honestly, someone came to open mat hungover yesterday, and they had one round, they popped their rib, and that was it.
Yeah, you're gonna be terrible.
Yeah, and I was like, definitely dehydrated. You probably don't realize how terrible you feel until you do one little twist, and you're like, fuck, it just
pop my rib.
Popped, do nothing.
So start lighter. Make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you're well fueled going to that next session. That's number one. But then for your weights, again, you want to have a structured training program. What does the strength training look like? Are you trying to lift like a power lifter? Are you really chasing the numbers in the gym? The numbers don't matter that much. What matters is the intensity that you're putting into the workouts, and that you're leaving feeling like you push yourself, but you're not too fucked to go and train again. I would say that's the most important factor of the weights.
Key.
But they should be making you stronger, not weaker.
Yeah, overall, let's say the next 2 days, you should feel, unless it's like legs and you're super fucked, you should feel much stronger.
Yes.
At least like...
Well, you get a bit of DOMS, but like overall, like week to week to week, you should be like, I actually feel fucking way stronger.
Yeah.
Way stronger.
On like the occasional day where you're not either DOMS or doing weights, you'll feel much stronger.
100%.
Yeah, cool.
Next
All right.
question.
Let's see. Passing seated guard. Best put the opponent on their back. Best ways to put... Best ways to put your opponent on. He could have just clicked delete. Best ways to put your opponent on their back. Now, I'd say it's pretty hard, honestly. If someone's trying to stay up quite a lot, I would like to just step inside the guard and like pressure into people with my knee, for example. Like just
you step directly in, you cut across to the side with a long step.
Just like if you want to you could step directly in, but then you risk getting put in single leg X and that sort of stuff. You can also like try sort of running around and knee cutting, and it will force people to play a knee shield. If you're really fast with it. You can also do the Isaac Mitchell way, which is just running around really fast and like trying to go north south. You can go. I like going like arm weave as well. Just got like where you weave your arm through their leg and then hold the top of their head, or try and get grips on the top of their head, a la Roger Gracie. And just when you get the arm weave, they've either got to try and like heist up and take that leg out, or they can accept and try and remove their leg. Sorry, heist up and try and snap you, or they can accept the guard and try and like remove their leg. Yeah, it's pretty hard if someone wants to stay seated to push them onto their back, but generally threaten the back, and then if they'll put their back on the floor to defend it.
There we go.
There it is. Cool. Next question.
There it is.
Thoughts on Isaac's way of passing? There it is. Jacob's seated guard and your preferred way. Body lock maybe better. I thought Isaac's way of passing was very good.
That was a good match.
Yeah, it looked like quite tiring for Isaac at the same time, because he was like running around in a low wrestler's posture, and then he'd do like a couple really explosive tire lift looking.
Yeah, he'd come in.
Yeah, just lift his head up really hard. So fair play. The commentators were saying that he wasn't getting tired, but you could see by the end he was getting tired. That like after the back take escape, he was looking pretty tired, and he gave up a sweep there just probably to rest a little bit. I've been there. But yeah, it looked pretty good, and it looked like he didn't give Jacob Couch basically any play as well, which is the main thing when you're on these like shows. Is just like anything the other guy does, even if you're like, nah, like, I know that I'm never getting caught in this shit. Like the judges will still take it into account, so you can't just like let people get really close, because then it'll matter too much in the judge's opinion.
You just fucking nullify them. Yeah,
and like as time goes on, like it's only 15 minutes, so if you've spent 7 minutes and all you've done is one shitty thing and they've done nothing, then you're winning. You are winning.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. That's all you've got to do, really. But if you're doing it in a way that both is so pressuring that you might actually get a pass and is like so evasive that they can't do anything, then that's great. Easy wins tactically. But yeah, he risks exhausting himself.
What do you think of did you see the Francisco Lowe and Tackett match?
No. Okay. I saw parts of it, but no, I didn't watch the whole thing. I still haven't watched the whole WNO.
Ah, cool.
I watched a tiny bit of Marigali escaping the back. He posted something, and what else did I watch? I think I watched someone else, but I can't remember.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Good matches.
I'll watch it soon.
Entertaining card.
Yeah, it was entertaining. The Isaac one was very entertaining. Fair play. He had a ridiculous back take at one point. Did you watch it?
I watched it at 2 a.m. as I was flying in, and I just forgot most of it.
There was one he did like, I don't know how it started. He did like some cartwheel to some tire flip looking thing, and then jumped to the back, and then like a wrong side shoulder roll to get to the back. It was ridiculous.
He's pretty athletic, that guy.
It was so ridiculous. It was just like, I don't think Jacob Couch made a mistake in that sequence. He just jumped faster towards his back.
Yeah, he's more athletic.
If you just jump fast enough, that's it.
That's it. He's more athletic. That's the benefits of just being very athletic.
Yeah, just jump to your back.
Yeah,
nice, fair play, great strategy.
Shout him out.
Someone should have thought of that.
Next question.
All right then. Structure. No, we've already done it. Situational versus rolling. I actually quite like the situational training. I'm gonna lie, like I feel like
specifics.
It gives you a big advantage when you go against someone who doesn't do it. Let's say you've done shitloads of mount specifics, right? If you've done those specifics and you come across someone and they're like, yeah, I never get sub from mount, like you're going to be the guy that subs them from mount like relatively easily.
Because you spend way more time there.
Yeah, because you're just very comfy with the little battles that you got to win, and you just know when you've lost and when to give up, basically. Because it's just you're more desperate to not lose the mount when you're doing situational sparring. So yeah, I think it's good idea to do that kind of stuff. I enjoy it highly.
Specifics is always fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, obviously you need to play open rounds as well, but the specifics it's a nice.
I think it's key
seasoning for your training.
Big Hodge talks about that as well.
What specifics?
Yeah, he loves them. He'll be on soon. Next question. You go.
All right, cool. Preventing flying submissions / takedowns in the standing position. Honestly, I don't know what a flying takedown is, but
a flying takedown.
But flying submissions, like, yeah, that's pretty tough, to be fair. Because
flying takedown.
Like, if it's flying submission, it's more like awareness, isn't it? It's like the flying submissions work because you hold them up in some way, right? Because you're not gonna, like, if someone's already stood up, you're never gonna armbar them.
No.
You know, so most of the time it's you holding them up in one way or another. Like if they're holding a collar tie and you're doing this with your neck, they're going to keep them up. But if you just shut them off, they'll fall. Yeah. So yeah, I think main thing, if you know someone's doing it, it makes it much easier. If you don't know someone's doing it, like, yeah, that's why wrestling is risky, because dumb people just do scissor sweeps from miles away. Basically, yeah. They fucking love it. 2 3-step run ups, scissor sweep. Yeah, in and eye rolls are fine though, because those, I mean, like, they are just terrible most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless you get like super deep on them and people, instead of try and fight the legs, they try and rip away. That's when you can catch them nicely. You know, Ryan Hall, BJ Penn. But for the most part, someone does an in and eye roll, you sort of look at them and extract your legs one at a time, and that's it. They just spin around on the floor.
Jumping scissor sweeps.
Yeah, people love it. Jumping scissor sweeps.
Laws.
You got more questions?
Yeah, I got heaps, bro.
Cool.
What were we saying?
Give it a go. Try one out.
Try one out.
I didn't get that many questions.
Are Olympic lifts worth it? If you can do them correctly, what's your thoughts? Better alternatives? Olympic lifts are great if you can do them correctly. So, like, they're great for power development. Obviously, you're going to get a good strength component from Olympic lifting as well. That would be great for the start of the session. You could do anywhere between 2 to 5, even 6 sets of Olympic lifting with lower volumes, like reps of 2 to 6. Yeah, 2 to 6 would be perfect. What would I have my athletes do? If you could do power cleans, we might even teach you at one point to do power cleans and just build them up. Power cleans are excellent because you're not getting it all the way down to that full squat. In fact, cleans are also good. I rate them. I think Olympic lifts are fantastic. I probably wouldn't do snatches just because it's more technically demanding. But if you're already very good at snatches, there's going to certainly be a benefit. Just like adding a fast component to your strength training, which is good for power. So yeah, I rate them. Better alternatives, just lift weights fast. Just do deadlifts with maximum intent to move the weight fast, squats with maximum intent to move the weight fast, and that will also have a very good translation to speed and power.
Should you do that in general?
You should do that in general, yeah.
Yeah, always lift as fast as possible.
Well, just have intent to move the weights as quickly as possible. Yeah. Even when it's heavy, it's not going to particularly move fast, but it's the intent that's important. And people often forget about that. If they're just going through the motions of lifting, you should try and lift as like quickly and as powerfully as possible.
Yeah,
for sure. So yeah, I do rate Olympic lifting. It's just it's a technical thing, and teaching you technical things like wrists. Like having a good front rack position. For most people, it's not worth the juice isn't worth the squeeze when you could just like learn how to the juice isn't worth the squeeze when you can just front squat or zercher squat with more intent. Juice. Steroids isn't worth the squeeze.
It's not worth squeezing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, mental switch from hobbyist to professional. Fuck. I don't have that many questions. So
you have the answer.
For me, yeah, but
you were never a hobbyist though, were you?
I was never necessarily a hobbyist, but there was a time it was a hobby when I was at before uni, probably. Before I realized it was going to be a profession. But yeah, mental switch is just like you just can't skip training sessions. Just the consistency.
Yeah,
that's it. I was already very consistent because I enjoyed it, but yeah, like being consistent and also doing like weights and. You know,
it's the whole package.
Not drinking. Yeah, it's like I used to drink a fair amount, but now I don't drink at all. Basically,
it's a lifestyle change. Well, yeah, it could be a big lifestyle change. Make sure you sleep well.
Yeah,
don't fuck with it for 8 to 9 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Also, like how you train, you're actually doing techniques, not just trying to like mash people up in the gym.
Yeah,
which is fun.
Learning new techniques.
Yeah, like actually doing techniques like how they're taught. Which at first just never happens. Let's be real. Like you're like that. D doesn't do that how he says. But then when it comes to it, eventually you can do it.
What I always find interesting is watching you roll with like noobs and like how you're just gonna try and like. As me as a hobbyist, I'm always gonna like roll with the white belts or some of the noobs because I'm just like I want to get the most out of this roll because I only train like 3 times a week. So I'm like fuck, I want to train with hard people or get as much out of it as possible. But like you, who trains every day, trying to learn new things, you're gonna roll with everybody and just try and see what works and refining skills.
Yeah,
that's a big part of it.
Hit the same move on everyone as well and see like, okay, if it's this guy that doesn't give me this move, I can just categorize moves for people, and then people that avoid one move, I'll have the follow up move, and it's kind of like. Automatic learning that way.
Right.
We just try the same move on everyone, and like it doesn't work on a certain type of person, then you got your option for next for that kind of person.
You're just testing people's reactions, and you can refine the skill from there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just seeing if there's anyone that's like especially good at, like the slippery guy today. Like, I probably might lose a bit of sleep on the slippery guy, but we'll be back. And
you get him again,
Nick. I'm coming for you.
There he is.
Coming for that arm, Nick. Nice guy. Apparently, we met 5 years ago, but
yeah, you upset you didn't get the choy bar.
I still got the choy bar. Don't worry, but it just he slipped out of like 2 in a row, exactly the same way. Just sort of just slicked his arm out, and like I was super moisturized afterwards. So maybe it was a moisturizing session for him before, or a mud bath session, or something to. He was glowing.
Don't blame it, bro.
But
don't blame the grease.
Exactly. But just next time, I've clearly got to just improve the grip. Maybe I've got to stop him from lifting posture or straightening his arm so easy. Then I'll catch him.
That's the answer.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll return with the answer for that one.
Next question. Patreon. When? Let me pay you guys for more content. I need to set that up. I've been threatening that for a while. Patreon.
Threaten him.
We'll get there.
It's a promise.
Matej Szynski, Jed Hill. What are your predictions?
I got to go with Jed on this one because Jed is my boy, and also Jed is a roadman and tends to do very well in competitions, especially if there's money or pride involved. But again, obviously Szynski's like ridiculously dangerous with a straight footlock. Jed has quite short legs, but is very fast at like the initial spin out of entanglements. Like he doesn't fuck around letting people go for his legs. He will just go if he doesn't feel like he has an advantage, which with the straight footlock, it tends to not be such a even position. Like, whereas other leg locks, 50-50, whatever, you can kind of get counter leg locks. But with Szynski's straight footlock, it's not very much counterable like that. It's just like you got to kind of try and pass the guard, and he's committed 2 hands to his straight footlock, Aoki lock.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting matchup. I think, yeah. Very hard to call.
Jed.
Very hard to call.
Rooting for Jed.
Yeah, rooting for Jed because I've known him for longer, but I am doing Szynski's leg lock camp, and I do like Szynski, and I really like his instructional on the B team thing. That was instantly usable.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you already do legs and you haven't watched that instructional and haven't fitted it in, you should definitely do all the things that Szynski's saying. Yep. Savage.
This is another lead on question. How do you defend ankle locks when you're properly entangled?
Hey, you got to stand up. You got to stay stood. Yeah, if you're stood up with all your weight over the front leg, that is like realistically the only way that you're gonna do that. Like save yourself from getting just too like even if you have really flexible feet, sooner or later something's gonna snap. Something's gonna snap. Yeah, if they just have the right pressure on and they keep like if you watch that highlight they put of him and Ellis Younger today, it just it looked like he went to full extension, then he went to full extension again and again after that, and it was like that was
many extensions. That's triple extension.
Way further than I believed a leg would go.
Fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, you got to stand up and stay stood up as well. Like you can't just let them re-roll you belly down. Basically, yeah, if you go belly down, you're gonna get fucked.
Stand up, stay stood up.
Yeah, don't let them go belly down. So you got to put some hands on them as well to stop them controlling. And I like to hold that tricep as well. If they've got your foot here, you hold the tricep that's holding your foot so you can like pull yourself in. Because sometimes just putting the boot on isn't enough. If they're like pushing your leg out, they're going to make you toe point. And once your toe's pointed, if you then stand up, you can't put weight on that because you're already trapped. So sometimes pulling yourself in is the key.
Pushing the heels to the floor.
Yeah. Not just that, but pulling your heel to the floor.
Yeah.
You got to push and pull. Yeah, because otherwise, if they're strong enough, you're just not even going to, your whatever 80 kilos pushing on from this leg is not going to put your leg through to the floor.
Not if they got strong hips and bridging.
Yeah, and they're just going to bridge and it'll be too, you won't be able to balance on a pointed toe whilst they're tipping you left and right and keep weight on it. So eventually you'll get toppled and then it'll be like super savage.
Pull the boot on.
Yeah, pull the boot on. Don't just put it. You don't just put your toe on the floor like that. You have to.
No, you fucking pull the boot in.
Fucking put the boot. I guess that's from the gi, isn't it? Like you don't just straighten your foot. You hold the collar and pull yourself in.
That's good detail.
There it is. That's a good. But then that's how you get triangled and overflotted and stuff.
It's a fine line.
It always is.
You get out
details, man.
You get out the ankle lock. Get ready for the
right back in out of the frying pan into the fire. We've all seen that.
Fucking hell. Great. Yeah. Another question I got asked this week. I've got one. Don't worry.
Go on, I'm listening.
Freeweights versus machines. Which is better? The answer is
free weights versus machines.
Yeah, not free as in no money. Free as in like dumbbells, barbells versus machines.
Yeah.
What's better?
Me?
Neither.
Fuck.
Neither is better. They're both great. They both. What would you have answered?
Me?
Yeah. We just.
I would say machines. If you have the perfect machines, if you have all of the perfect machines, then they're definitely going to be more like adjustable than the free weights.
Yeah, both good. But we want both.
But if you had like literally a machine for every single exercise, then they would invariably be better.
No, because you want to train your body. You want to get your body strong through moving itself through space.
Yeah,
does that make sense? So it needs. You want to build a strong body by like getting it better at moving through space, like having a really good squat, having good deadlifts, good single leg movements. They're all key for jiu-jitsu, because jiu-jitsu is a sport where you're moving your body through space.
Define machine.
Well, like a leg extension machine or a lying ham curl machine.
But then what about one of those hip squat machines?
Which one? Hip thrusts.
Where you tie the thing around your hip and you hold on and you do a squat.
Oh, the belt squat. Yeah, they're great. Yeah. So is
that a machine?
Yeah, it's a machine.
But that is invariably better than a squat just for training your legs.
No, it's not. It's not better or worse. So like, here's how. Like for me, I can't back squat because of the surgery on my back. Blah blah blah. And my back can't like. Yeah, exactly. It's spinal. It can't handle the compression, so I use a belt squat, which allows me to get the squat pattern without loading my lower back, so without axle loading. However, for a lot of our athletes, we want to have some degree of axle loading, because during the sport of jiu-jitsu, you want to be you want to get yourself strong enough so you can meet the demands of the sport, because the sport is demanding. So being able to squat with a barbell, either in front of you or back of you, is important, because you're getting your body stronger and building infrastructure so it can meet the demands of the sport. Yeah. Machines can also do that as well. You having a mix of the two is excellent. Yeah. Like leg extension machines are great for developing the quads. They serve as like, it's a great exercise. Same for lying hamstring curls, getting a knee flexion.
I guess what I'm saying is you could make a machine to perfectly mimic any single free weight exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you can have any rowing movement, any pushing movement. Machines are fantastic. But they're neither better or worse than free weights. It just depends on how you use them and how you train. So a lot of machines are easier on the joints and less taxing than free weights. Versus, like as an example, like a Bulgarian split squat. You're going to be hitting your glutes and you're going to be hitting your quads, versus a leg extension. It's just going to be purely isolating the quads. Yeah. That's not going to necessarily beat you up as much over days as like heavy Bulgarian split squats. But also there may be other limiting factors in the split squat: the grip, the lower back, the core, everything. Whereas
it's safer to go hard, on machines.
It's safer to go way harder on machines, because your risk of injury is significantly less, unless your technique is fucking shit.
It's hard to be that shit, though.
No, it can be. If some people really fuck it up, they just go too heavy. How you want to think about training on machines is like, I don't want to say bodybuilder mentality, but it's like the purpose of using the machines is getting a nice pump, so you get great stimulus to the muscles that you're working, but you're not going to be fucking trying to get like huge reps of 5 out. You're not going to try and like do 5 reps on a fucking leg extension or a hamstring curl machine. Use the machines between like 8 to 15 plus reps, so you get a really nice pump in the working muscle groups.
Okay. Yeah, I guess doing a leg extension like 1 rep max just sounds retarded.
It's retarded. You're gonna hurt yourself for sure. You don't need to even reps of 5 on a leg extension. It's not gonna stimulate enough. It's not gonna cause enough stimulus to really get the most out of it.
Yeah.
You're better off getting a really big pump in the quads, getting off and being like, holy fuck, my quads are absolutely fucked. Fuck. And then supersetting it with some leg hamstring
Something
curls.
like hamstring pulls on the machines would be great, wouldn't they?
I'm getting one of those machines in a new place. Hamstring curls. They're fucking sick. Great machine. What else is good? Like even like lat pull downs. Lat pull downs are excellent if you have like some issues with your elbows or your traps.
The
triceps are excellent. I really rate machines. I use them all the time. I just don't have machines in this gym. I will do soon, and my athletes will be using them soon. Neither is better or worse. And people talk about functionality. Look, if you're doing jiu-jitsu, how you're going to get better at jiu-jitsu is doing more fucking jiu-jitsu. The weights are here to build a strong, robust body to help you meet the demands of the sport. You're not going to be replicating things that are functional in the weight room. Like, yes, learn how to squat. You can increase your mobility and flexibility whilst lifting weights, especially free weights, for sure. But also getting very strong in certain movements is going to aid your flexibility and mobility.
So what do you think about, say, a collar tie machine? where
it's pulling on your neck.
No, you are pulling on its neck. Although that would almost make more sense, wouldn't it? If you got a collar tie machine that not only you pull its neck, but it pulls your neck. And maybe it could be made out of like actual human flesh. Yeah, so like
jokes aside, Carl Schneider, you know Carl Schneider, the Olympic wrestler. He's there'll be videos of him doing half kneeling, straight arm pulls, which for his lats. So he'll do like the fucking whole rack, or have like 100 kilo straight arm pulls, or even double arm pulls for his lats.
Sorry, what is that? Pulling down like this?
Yeah, so like for the viewers who are watching this, you'll be like half kneeling, or have like the weight there, and he's just fucking getting like pulling, or he'll be in that crouch position, single arm pulls
with like a handle.
Yeah, with
and he's pulling it to his knees.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you meant it was like at range pulling something.
No. pulling towards him like he's pulling the takedown.
Kind of like a snap down 100 kilo exercise.
Exactly. Yeah. So like that could be beneficial on the weight gym because you can progressively overload it and you'll get stronger in that position. Again, we don't want to replicate the sport movements too much. All we want to think about is getting strong through full ranges of motion. And the machines, whilst they won't offer you as much as like a full squat, you can still take them through full range of motion and improve your flexibility and mobility. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like a chest press, getting a chest press all the way to the end, you're going to be stretching out the pecs. So you get a really like big stretch reflex there and push away.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, no doubt. Basically, we're trying to,
Even seated row, if the weight's in front of you, stretch out as much as possible, pull the weight back in. You're going to increase your flexibility and mobility doing that.
On the
seated row. Seated row, cable row.
Yeah.
They're great. Add them in.
I love those.
Cable rows are fucking sick.
Sick.
Big fan of machines.
Big fan.
Next question. How are we for time?
Well, not good.
Not good.
not good, Colin. Okay, let's see. I might have another good question. I might.
What are you saying? Here we go. Meniscus rehab. I'm not physio. Go see a physio.
Let's see if I can refresh and see more questions. Did anyone send me another question?
Whilst you're looking, I'm going to answer some.
No.
What to eat for lunch every day? I've eaten chicken and rice for the last 3 years. Help. Go get some meal deals. Go get some meal deals from Sainsbury's. Go make a sandwich. Like a chicken rice. I don't know, if you can eat bread, eat some bread. Make a chicken sandwich. Make a beef
Those are
sandwich.
some shit options, though. You basically said sandwich. Eat a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Chicken and rice.
Get a curry. Eat a sandwich. Get a fucking...
Get some beef. You know, you got to have steak. You can, curry. You can just have eggs. You can have pork. Shout out pork.
Look, how I would look at this is like, okay, how much protein are you getting in your current meal? Chicken and rice. And how much carbs are you getting in that meal? Look at that, and then go on MyFitnessPal and have a look at some other options, because that's all you're trying to achieve. You're just trying to achieve carbs and protein.
Go to restaurants.
Go to restaurants. Get the same thing.
Try something different.
Yeah, try some other stuff.
Eat other foods. You could also try, deep frying your chicken, or like doing different stuff with your chicken rather than just roasting it all the time. Yeah, we're not a chef show, but
buy some recipe books. Shout out the fitness
you
chef.
Could try different
Sean Casey recipe book.
Try some Italian food, then you can move on to some Greek food, and then you can move on to some Turkish food.
Say it.
Like a kebab. What? Chinese food.
Oh, Chinese food.
Yeah,
Chinese
or
food's
some
good.
Indian food, or some.
There's many options.
Yeah.
There's many options. Yeah, check out Sean Casey's recipe book. He does some good recipe books. I mean, Instagram is Nigella Lawson. Fucking shout her.
Like, check out. She's good at cooking.
Yeah,
she cooks.
There are so many people who do recipe books. Go check them out, or go get some takeaway. Why are you asking us to?
Well, she's probably seen Magpie Munches, the missus's munch thing, and knows where the sauce is.
Shout. All right, cool.
Couldn't even shout out.
Shout Mark McQueen.
Shout Mark McQueen. True that. It's been a while. Fuck. I almost feel like I betrayed him.
Your favourite BJJ fighters? Oh no, so your favourite gyms in London? Obviously, Submission Grappling
Club,
Roger Gracie Academy.
That's it, really. Those two.
Ecological approach to training. Thoughts?
What does that mean?
That was to you. I think ecological approach to training, correct us if we're wrong, I think that's when they don't teach you moves, and he'll be like, teach you the concept of what you're trying to do. E.g., he'll get like a beginner and be like, okay, what we're looking to do here is like separate the arms.
The concept.
Concept.
Approach. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's the correct way of doing it. But I mean, it's basically what we've been doing anyway. It's just that most jiu-jitsu gyms do it in a way more detailed way. And like, if you're a complete beginner, they basically assume like a level of knowledge already, which I guess is for the coach to come around and just be like, no, like, you're trying to do this, so obviously don't do this. And then they'll explain the technique again in the context of the ecological approach, and the details will make sense.
Sick.
That's it. You can't just say like, I'm trying to get around the legs and I'm trying to connect my chest to my partner's chest.
Yeah.
Try and get past the arms, past the legs, level change, and connect your chest to your partner's chest. Thanks, mate. Now I can pass the guard. Like, it doesn't really work that way. You've got to like, you need the context and then the details.
Context and details.
And details, yeah. So the ecological approach is good, but then you need like, by the way, this is realistically the most effective way to make it happen.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Let's finish now. We're going to get you out of here.
It's time.
It's
I've got
time.
to go.
Yeah,
I have to train. I have to train again.
Shout out Mark McQueen. Shout out Magpie
Fucking
Munches.
love Mark McQueen. Magpie Munches.
You've got an instructional coming out again.
Oh yeah, soon come on attacking against the outside passer. That's going to be my instructional. If you don't like the sound of that, just fuck off.
or even better, buy your other instructionals.
Yeah, or buy the other one. Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Guys, remember, like, subscribe, check out the instructionals. I do some strength training. You should check that out.
Thank you, Candle.
Thank you, Candle, for getting us some warm. Guys, enjoy. See you later.
Sick.